to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all.
Well, Stella, that was just wonderful. Well, honey, why don't you run along now and you can get your lesson and so forth and go with Mr. Achilles.
That's all.
That's fine. Well, you take it over there. That's nice. You run along now with Mr. Achilles? Would you say she is mentally retarded?
It's hard to believe. Still, there is something wrong. What is her trouble?
This is a youngster with what we suppose is a damaged brain, although there's no proof of this. Anyway, she has aphasia, which does occur in some children, and particularly in those that have been accused of being mentally retarded over the years.
Well, what exactly do you do for children here at the Institute of Logopedics? The mentally retarded, the aphasia, the cerebral palsy, all of them. What do you do?
Well, this is a rehabilitation center for people who have communicative handicaps, so that all kinds of things get under this roof. We provide, for example, residential care for people who are out of town and outpatient, as hospitals say, for those that are here and live within reasonable distance. And I know you'll be interested in how we take care of these cases, and our residential units are built in genuine small cottage plans.
And the children live there?
And they live there, because I was impressed years ago about what happened to children that were put into dormitories for long periods of time. And we think it's good for them to be intermixed. We don't want all children who are crippled and all children who are not crippled.
So you mix in cerebral palsy children
and
with aphasia
children and other things that need help, so that it becomes a much more normal group.
Well, how do you find out about what's needed for each child? What do you do?
Well, this is a really difficult problem and extremely important. It takes a whole host of experts working around a child to produce the gains that we're trying to describe to you.
For example?
And we've arranged for a group of the staff to come together around a youngster so we can see them. Okay. Each child is tested and worked out as he comes in to see two things. What is the reason he's not performing well? What can't he do?
What can't he do?
Yeah, and then next, what can he do? Because as we start our rehabilitation, we want to start from the things he can do well and begin to move into the things he can't do well to build those up.
But in your book, first you have to communicate.
You have to. It's the only way you get a breakthrough.
When you say communications, Dr. Palmer, the first thing I think of is speech. What can you do for speech as a breakthrough?
Well, first of all, let's make sure that everybody understands that when you say speech, that just means just talking. And it seems very simple. We all do it, and therefore it's a simple process. Actually, it's the most complicated thing of getting material in, getting information out, putting the brain together. It's supposed to be the most complicated thing the nervous system does. Steve, for example, is a boy that we saw first referred with an IQ of 50. We think this is a mistake, but there's no better way to test him. This is what he performed at. Now he has moved upwards so that he is within the slow learning group in the schools. What that means is he can go to regular school. He's got a chance for independent existence.
Stevie, what have you been doing today?
Fine.
Yes, I know, but what have you been doing today?
Oh, I just read in colors, and I didn't color, but I listen. Just listen and listen record, and then put a book away. My hand is wet.
Oh, maybe yours feels a little wet too, huh? Now, Stevie, let's think of some words that begin with sound.
This.
Yeah, that's one.
Those.
Good, that's two.
That.
Three.
This.
Oh, fine. How about thin?
Then. That.
Good, that's fine.
Now, you're not saying, Dr. Palmer, that the only big problem is to break through in speech, in all brain damage.
Oh, not at all. We really aren't saying that this is the cure for mental retardation either. We're talking about, in these brain damage cases, the aphasias which we're seeing, and also cerebral palsy, which is a different kind of problem which has been brought out of the dark shadows of mental retardation.
In other words, aphasia is out of it now, and cerebral palsy is out of it.
That's right. And they no longer have to be just put in institutions because we know there are possibilities for these youngsters. In our cerebral palsy group, for example, we have a college professor, we have a doctor, we have a judge, in all walks of life, which is sufficient indication that that was a very bad mistake to call them mentally retarded.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing more exciting than to watch a child on his way with this condition, actually. For example, in physical therapy, where he has to learn how to do the things we do as a matter of course, how to stand, how to get up to his feet, and triumph over the terrific obstacle that nature left him.
Well, getting back now to the catch-all designation, mental retardation, isn't it perhaps difficult to tell what a child can or cannot do so that you know what to expect of them?
It depends on how wise you are and how you ask them that question about what they can't do and what they can do.
Mm-hmm.
We have done a great deal of research into this particular problem. Dr. Irwin of our staff, for example, has been working for years and has developed the most adequate test for cerebral palsy which has yet been developed on their speech.
Mm.
Now we're going to use this test on an aphasic, and we're going to see how she fails this, because it is now asking her the things she can't do well at all, very simple things.
Debbie, we're going to play a game. You want to play a game?
Yes?
All right. I'm going to say 2 words to you, and sometimes the words will sound the same, and sometimes they'll sound different. Now, when they say they're the same, when you say same,
Yes, sir.
and when they're different, when you say different for
Yes,
me?
sir.
Good for you. Let's try some. Here are 2 words. Are they the same?
No.
Well, you haven't heard the words yet, sweetheart. Good. Here are 2 words. Ma,
Ma.
pa.
Pa.
Are they the same?
No.
Are they different?
No.
Let's try this. Listen. Boy,
Boy.
toy.
No.
Are they the same?
Yes.
Are they different?
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
This is the thing she cannot do. Let's look in on her to see what happens when we test her in things that she can do.
I have some cards here I'd like for you to look at. Can you tell me what that is? What is that, huh?
Coat.
Yes. And
Every
what...
tape off coat.
Oh, you took off your coat. Yes, you did. And what's this?
Car.
What do we do with a car, Debbie?
Well, car.
Did you ride in the car today?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And what's this?
Go bed.
Mm-hmm. You go to bed to...
Sleep.
You go to bed to sleep. Yes, you do. And what's this?
Shoes.
Shoes. What color?
Shoes.
Yes. What color are...
Okay. Shoes.
Do you have on red shoes today?
No.
No.
Boots.
Oh, you have on red boots.
What? No. Black boots.
Oh, you have on brown boots. Uh-huh. And what color are these leggings you have on, Debbie? Are those brown, too?
Yes, too.
Are those brown?
Red.
Oh, they're red.
Red.
I see.
Red.
Mm-hmm. What color is this one here?
Yellow.
That's yellow.
Debbie dress. Yellow.
No, is your dress yellow?
No.
Your dress is...
Yellow.
Yes, there's yellow there. But what color is your
Green.
dress?
Green.
Yes, my tie has green in it.
Coat. Brown.
Coat is brown.
Now, you can see from the first test, if you did it just that way, here's a hopeless child. But if you were to see the second test, you can see that now we can build on what she can do for this child's future.
Dr. Palmer, what are some of the techniques you use to break through to these children?
Well, there, of course, are very great many. We can't show them all, but we thought perhaps our musical techniques might be of extreme interest in getting to these youngsters.
Music, how do you use it?
Well, music, interestingly enough, in the brain is practically can't be damaged. You have to be hit by a truck or something in order to get it damaged. Must be hit just right, so that almost all these children have perfectly normal musical abilities. Now, we have a child that we're going to show you with this kind of work being done, who was brought in here as being diagnosed mentally retarded, there we are again, and also schizophrenic. We used the music to break through to her, and she now tests normal for her age.
Audrey is dancing at the muse. Audrey is dancing at the ball. Audrey is dancing at the music. Audrey is dancing at the ball. I got another story. And a Peter and a wolf. So, once upon a time, there is not a really truly a story, a make-believe. So, first one is a bird.
A
You.
bird?
Mm-hmm. The next, dog at the pond. Then, oh,
You know, Audrey, we can't do that.
no, I'm gonna do it a little one. Just do that on a little one.
All right, let's sing your song. Let's sing your song, and then that will be the end of it. All right?
No, not the sing a song. I'm telling a make-believe story about that.
No, no make-believe story about this. Just sing your song.
What?
Here we go. Come on. Here we go. You ready?
Audrey is dancing at the ball. Audrey is dancing at the ball. Audrey is dancing at the music. Audrey is dancing at the ball. I tell everybody thank you to a microphone.
But, Doctor, these children still aren't what you'd call normal children, though, are they?
I don't know what normal is. Of course they're differently. Let me ask you a question. You got any place where you go regularly for your gasoline?
Yes, sir.
About maybe 2 or 3 blocks from your house?
Yes, sir.
What's his name, the fellow that runs the station?
Well, I can't think of it right now, but
Well,
I know his name. I can't think.
That's right. Now, supposing that every waking day and every waking moment, when you're asked a question of that sort, you couldn't reply and you get that kind of confusion going over you.
Even though I know his name, I can't think of it.
That's right, and can't produce it. Sooner or later, you'll produce it. This child can never produce it without special rehabilitative help. That's the difference.
Well, are you saying then also, Doctor, that in some cases, many cases, you can raise IQ on the basis of run-of-the-mill kind of testing?
In these cases of cerebral palsy and aphasia that we've been looking at, that statement is correct. We've done the research. It's proved.
Can it be done in other types of mental retardation, too, perhaps someday?
Perhaps when we get enough information. Who can predict this? We have to stay in science with the facts that we have at hand. Let's take a look at an older case who's come out long ago from our rehabilitation. Here's a man that we saw when he was 14. He had a 21 IQ on run-of-the-mill testing. This is hopeless. This pulls him way down to the institutional group. Certainly, we didn't believe it. He's at present in charge of the linen room at Wesley Medical Center of this city. And when we say in charge, we don't mean he's pushing baskets of things around. He is there giving orders, keeping accurate inventory, telling other employees what to do. What's his IQ now? He's at work. But relative to raising the apparent mental level of these children, we happen to have a picture of a child as he came in, and you can see how he is unable to swallow and how he can't follow the instructions.
Each
He can't
situation being different.
That's right, and every child's different. And what we're going to see here is one in which we followed him along. We're going to see him as he is today in the public schools. We're going to see him as we saw him when he first came to this clinic. Let's take a look at the film. This is a boy named Ricky. The picture was taken about 4 years ago when we first saw him. And we want to take a look at him now and see how he is.
This is how he was 4 years ago.
That's right. Now we'll watch him and see how he cannot come into any kind of communicative contact with this instructor who's doing his best to get him to pay attention. He's looking off here, he'll be looking off there, he has trouble swallowing. Anything else but communication. He would rather run away, actually, than talk or try to talk. Ricky's here today. Let's go
Yes,
see him.
I see him.
Hi, Ricky.
Hi.
How are you? This is Ricky, 4 years later at 9 years old.
That's right, and this is Mr. Cheek, his instructor.
What did you do in school this morning, Ricky?
A language.
And what do you do in school in the afternoon?
The writing book.
And what page are you on in the writing book?
16.
Do you have numbers, arithmetic?
Well, we didn't have it today.
Oh, you didn't have it. Did you have it yesterday?
Yeah.
What numbers do you work with? Do you add?
Yeah.
All right. Can you count for me? Count to 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Sure, you can count much higher. What grade are you in school?
3rd.
You see, we've been working at the problem of mental retardation, and we've managed to pull out the problems of cerebral palsy and aphasia and show these as completely separate conditions, not as mentally retarded children, that are capable of being helped. And I think the hope in mental retardation is that there must lie within this vast unknown other conditions that are at present unrecognized and are just simply obscured by that label.
You can bring them out maybe someday.
It's possible. That takes research. In the meantime, I think these children have a right to be thought of not as some queer, obscure, peculiar condition, but as humans with human dignity.